Happy Saturday night. I haven't even checked the date. I am so sorry. I hope you are well. Tomorrow's a lot of football, and I know people are going to be watching that, so I thought, why not go on Saturday night? I was given some information this week that I was told to share with you, so here I am. I hope you're well. Tonight we are talking about hey James, good evening. I'm used to doing this in the morning at 10 o'clock. Tonight we are talking about how to make your life better sooner. Who doesn't want to hey Debbie, thanks. Who doesn't want to make their life better sooner? And that's what I wanted to share with you tonight, something that I was given in spirit to share with you. The biggest thing that messes us up in our lives is expectation. Expectation is just about the mother of all pain. And it is especially so in relationships. What you expect from a boyfriend, from a girlfriend, from your children, from your spouse, from your parents, how they were supposed to be, how my spouse is supposed to be, my children, whoever. And when they don't meet those expectations, we get mad, don't we? We get mad. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it that we have those expectations? We did it to ourselves. We did it to ourselves, okay? Because we expected a wife. You know, when I was marriage counseling, I would see so many couples and they would say, well, she changed, he changed. Well, what changed? Well, when we get married, a husband does blank, blank, blank. A wife does this, this, this. They're not doing that. They're not being a good husband. They're not being a good wife. And see, the bottom line is that we all need to be authentic to authentic to what is truly authentic for me, for you, for us. Who is the real you when you are by yourself? I got a big question for you. Are you enough for yourself? Or do you need other people to complete you? That's their job to complete. Oh, no, it's not. When you have two halves trying to make a whole, it's very easy for it to fall apart, right? What we want in a relationship, in our relationships, is to have two wholes coming together so that if anything happens and falls apart, each person is still whole. The relationship still has wholeness to it. And something that hit me this week, I was thinking, God, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening? Why, you know, I've been waiting for this to happen and it's not happening. It's not happening. And what I heard in my spirit is the universe is not going to bring what you want until you are whole and satisfied with yourself alone. When you are fully capable of meeting your own needs, of taking care of what needs to get done on a daily basis, being happy by yourself. The universe isn't going to say, oh, okay, I see you kind of stumbling along. I'll bring somebody along to stumble with you. No, God wants to bring us our highest good. Maybe even something better, probably something better that we were hoping for in the first place. But what I heard is the universe isn't going to bring it until you're happy with yourself, Esther. And you're not depending on expectations. You're not expecting them to do this. Why aren't they doing this? Don't they like me? Aren't they interested in me? Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing this? And getting angry. And this can happen, and I'm being very, very transparent tonight. This happens in, I think, most all of our relationships. Why aren't they capable of doing this? Why aren't they capable of doing that? Why can't they do that? Well, you know what? We need to focus on ourselves. Okay, we need to focus on ourselves. And when we are whole, and when we can say, God, it's just me and you, and that's enough for me, that's when the good stuff comes in. When you've learned your lesson that the only person that we can depend on is God. I don't know how many times I've been around the block on that one. But in any event, that's the only person we can depend on is God. And until we learn that lesson, we are not going to be getting what is in our highest good, because he's trying to teach us that lesson first. If you said, God, give me Mr. America, Mr. Universe, whatever they call themselves, whatever, or Miss America, God, give me Miss America, give me this, I want, this hot looking whatever. And if God said, okay, it would fall apart anyways, because you're not ready. And they're probably not the right person for you. Okay? When you expect others for your happiness, you're not being your true, authentic self, because the happiness is not coming from within. It's coming from expecting someone else to give it to you. And see, our goal here is to be our most authentic self. Who were you before life happened? And that's what we want to get back to. Hi, Uta. Good evening. Who were you before life happened? Okay. A lot of times what happens with people is they follow society's template. They go to school, they go to college, or they learn a trade, they get a job, they get married, they have kids. Well, now I got to take care of my wife, my kids, I have a mortgage, work for 30 years, retire, and move on. And is that what you wanted for your life? Were you happy? Or were you just doing what you stumbled across? See, and if you say, well, if I really did what would make me happy, I wouldn't be in this relationship. I would just want to leave her. Not necessarily, because see, what happens is we first need to become our own authentic self and start from there. Because when you are your own authentic self, your real self, without expecting anything from others, just you and God, and depending on him and learning from him and walking in his way. When you do that, you change, and everything around you changes. It's like a mobile over a baby's crib. When you touch one thing, it all moves. And the same thing happens here. When you change, they change too. People notice too. So if you're grumpy about my spouse, my kids, it's time to take a couple steps back and renew your relationship with the Creator, with the Divine, and learn to be your true authentic self, where you are happy without anybody. Let go of those expectations. A single person might say, this sucks. It's Saturday night. I'm lonely. Saturday night's the loneliest night of the week, and it sucks. I'm sick of it. If you're married, you might say, well, this certainly wasn't what I thought it was going to be. What happened? It was so good before. What happened? Well, what happened was husband and wife were not grounded in spirit, in God, and they got off their center. They got off their center, and things start to go haywire when you do that. You're not as happy anymore. You're not as fulfilled anymore. And we need to return to that connection with the divine so that we can connect and have true love with absolutely no one around. And when you are in that place, you magnetize, you bring to you so much better, so much good. Other people notice. It helps bring out, it gives them the opportunity to bring out the best in them. Is what you always dreamed Okay, I'm sorry. I was writing after I heard this in my spirit, and I was scribbling all these notes. Are you doing what you've always dreamed of, or are you doing what everybody else has done? If you're doing what everybody else has done, I can see why you wouldn't be happy. You really weren't being your authentic self, were you? You just kind of let life happen and go with the flow because that's what everybody does. Well, you know what? So what? We are all unique, and you can make your life to be any way that you want it to be. It is not too late for you to do that. It doesn't have to be complete changes, but it could be changes that make you happier, changes that are more fulfilling to you. But it's not going to happen until you're your authentic self, where you don't have any expectations on anyone except for yourself to get better and more grounded and connected to yourself. Because when you're out working your job and supporting the family and taking care of this and taking care of the kids, and now the car's broke down, who's taking care of you? You expect other people to. That's nice, but they don't have to. We're supposed to be taking care of ourselves. If everyone takes care of themselves first, life would be so much more happier, instead of people having all these expectations on themselves, okay? You need to look at what you expect from your partner. You know, women do this and men do this, and we should be having sex every day, and I expect this and I expect that. You know, that's something to work out with your partner, but coming from a place of really being happy with yourself first, so that two wholes come together and make it even better than two halves that are just kind of limping along. There's so many marriages like that right now. So many couples like that, just because they don't want to be alone. Just because they wouldn't know what to do with themselves if they were alone. How sad is that? Yet we see it every day, left and right. The best thing for you, my friends, is to be whole, your whole authentic self. Who did you want to be when you were a kid? What were the kinds of things you wanted to do? Those are the things to return to. What are the things that make you happy? Well, I like going fishing and I like relaxing. Go back to doing that. Make things a priority that make you happy. Because when you're happier, you're going to be better in your relationships. You're going to be better with your kids, with people around you. Okay? So I'm going to read this here. For the universe to bring you what will make you even happier, you must first release all expectations of others. Ouch. I know. Take care of yourself. Come to another person as a whole person, completely independent and capable of taking care of your own needs. Accept no less from a partner when you are putting out 100% as well. Because we want the best possible outcome, don't we? The best possible outcome. And the best possible outcome, my friends, what I want to leave with you tonight, the best possible outcome will come to you when you are your whole authentic self without any expectations of others. I'll be happy when they do this. I'll be happy when she's cooking every night. I'll be happy when he and I are making love every night. I'll be happy when my kids get all A's. I'll be happy when whatever. You're setting yourself up for failure when you think that way. I'll be happy when my grandkids come over more often, like they should be, you know, or my kids or whatever. That kind of mentality is what hurts us every single time, because that means you're making your sense of okayness out there. Your sense of okayness is dependent on somebody coming to visit you, or somebody bringing you flowers, or somebody bringing sex to your plate every night. You're depending on those things to make you happy, and that's not happiness. And God's not going to bring you your best and highest good for the best possible outcome until you are completely dependent on Him alone. You and Him first. So that you can be your best and model for other people around you how to be. We want to model how we can be for others. Life is so stressful right now, and there's so much tension, and everybody's fighting with everyone. And it's just, if there was ever a time we needed to be our best, most loving selves, it is now. We are in the end days. Even non-believers are saying it. We are in the end days, and we need love more than ever. We need unity more than ever. And the first thing we need to do is release our expectations of others. I'm not going to like them unless they voted for this person or that person, or if they support this or they support that. Division is the tool of the devil. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound Bible banging or whatever, but that's the truth. That is Satan's tool, division. And we know divided we fall. All makes sense. I am sending you so much love. I am so here for you. If there's anything I can do for you to help you get through anything you've got going on in life, if you have any questions about the content of this video, feel free to send me a message on Messenger. And I'd be more than happy to help you with anything you've got going on. Have a great, hey Gail, hey Ellen, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.